Good afternoon. I am absolutely not ready for this video. I came on here and I started it now. Maybe we can see what I'm working on. Different things on different angles, right? I took a picture of something. So let me show you what I am working on. We're going to exchange this, put this over here so we can have it more the angle with the camera. Just give it a second. Let me set this up. It might fall. Okay. Yeah. Oh. Hold on a second. I got my buddy. You ever see my buddies? You want to see my little buddies before we actually start? Here's my buddies. Here they are. Let me see where's under the camera. You know, if you put it on an angle, when you put things on an angle, you can get more space. So here they are, right? Here. Wait a second. I push this forward. Did I push this forward? How come you can't see that one? Okay, here's the two of them. Look. I can't see that. Well, and I got stuff underneath it. Whoa. I can get it on top, but the minute I go close to it, see, like, look. Now, what if I had two of them? What can I do if I had two of them? What can I do? I can make it go wherever I want. Okay, so what I'm going to talk about just before anything really begins, I just can't see if I'm in the screen or not. Okay, before anything begins, the spirit, before I begin that portrait, the spirit and the soul. I know nothing about them. Absolutely nothing. Like a little child, but I'm thinking. I'm going to use my imagination. Somehow the conscience is part of what the human soul has. Instowed within it, a conscience, an area, a place that remembers in every single cell things that are just natural. Now, if you have a subwoofer, then what is the subconscious? Now, I can't explain it. I can't explain what the conscience is, and I want really to explain what I believe it is. I don't want to look up the definition. I don't want my thoughts to be altered. Consciously, conscience. Are you conscious? Are you awake? Are you awake? Are you aware? Do you have a conscience to be aware of what should come naturally to everybody instowed on the human soul? And can that conscience be altered? And I say yes, so I say soul. Can spirit be altered? And I say no. But if you don't let the spirit in, then how will the conscience ever know if it's doing right or wrong when it follows the norm? Am I looking at this correctly? So when we have the need to do a million things, is that the conscience working, or is that the spirit working? Who is it that you talk to when you ask yourself a question? Who is it that logically always has the answer? or is often wrong because I should have did it, I must have did it, I can't believe I didn't do it. Why do we blame things on ourselves? Where do we stand in this life of creation on how we have to think consciously? So what is the Spirit telling us to do, and what do we believe we have to do so that we can live with our personal ego? So that we can live with our personal ego. So that we can live with our personal ego. So we must get as many things done for as many people and put everybody in order so that we can consciously know that the world can run on its own. Things have been altered. We can all do it together, but we can't do it alone. And if we put it all on our own back and we don't get that time out, it's just not good. There is no what they call LIFE. And they call it ALIVE, or do they call it ELIVE? It's the reason I mentioned it that way. Mars with no form. Okay, so let me get on to this picture right now. I'm going to be speaking more about the spirit and the soul and the position of the alphabet. Okay, morning video. Let me get into this right over here. What I'm going to be designing is part of what this is. I'm not sure if you can see my mouse. Oh yeah, you could. So the 5 here, and then the 2, and then the 5, and then the 5 again. But I'm going to change this. I'm only going to recreate it in a minute. I'm going to show you what I'm doing, and I'm going to tell you why I'm doing it, because this is the way the numbers tell me what to do. Let me take a sip of this tea here. Okay, so it's going to be in my paint. It's going to be over here. I'm hoping to see that you have it on camera. Whoa, where'd that go? What am I seeing on the camera? Okay, I'm going to move this a little bit over so I can see that it's right on the camera. Is that right? Yeah, that seems right. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm moving this over, and I'm putting again. I'm hoping this is even. And I needed to leave enough space. Okay, and then I'm going to take some yellow and fill in the gap. Okay, and I'm going to move it over a little bit. So I have 1, 2. You can see they're facing. You can see it's back to back. You can see it's facing. So now you had 1 set, 2 sets, 3 sets. Now we go into this one over here. Now we go into this one here. So we had a back to back, and we had a back to back. We had a front to front. We had a front to front. So everything really repeats onto this line over here, where I've got my 2 back to backs, but I don't have this entire area to the center. So I'll complete it with this one. It can be ending over here, but if it ends here, I have this area, this area, this area. I'll show you. Then we connect to here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 areas it took. And how many high? 1, 2, 3, 4 high. So when we went to 3 over here, do you see 5, 5, 2, and then the half area over here. I didn't complete this one. So we're going to leave it at C. You see that, the way it becomes the C? So when we take a look at this again, I wanted to do 5, 2, 5, 2, 5, 2. And then over here, I wanted to do 2, 5, 2, 5, 2, 5. So in this design, I'm not really happy with this. I mean, I'm happy with it, but I'm going to create another design as well. Okay, that's going to be a little different, because 5, and then I want to put 2, and then I want to put 5, and then I want to put 2. I don't want them to end the same. When I end this way, it is not the same. You see the way 4 come together here, 4 come together here, 3 come 3, 4, 4. So then we're going to take, so we have 6 here. So we have this one. Now we're going to do one more. And it's going to be back to back. So back to back, front to front. Okay, so this is what it is. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with the black line. And I'm going to see us, oh no, I'm going to go with the square. Okay, and I'm just going to do this. See, in the first one, okay, I come down to here, and then I'm obligated to run this design over here. So you want to look at this as the 5. You want to look at it as the S. You can look at it as you like. Because the S, the S is telling you, okay, what the S is telling you, just give me a second for this. Wow, I can't even, can I get that? No, not working. Okay, forget about that. Okay, so we're going to continue on this building of this design. So anyways, I'm going to just tell it to you the way it is. The S is the 19th letter in the alphabet. And I'm starting to write a little bit neater. I can't stand it. The information comes in too fast and I have to slow it down, right? The high spirit pushing you to go, 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 overloading spirit to soul. And now we need a calibration. So we always need time off and nothing is ever right because the spirit input is so high, the vibration is so high that it's a constant always needing to do because that's the job of the spirit. This is the job. It's number 91. It is the S. It is from A over to I. But in between that, you have to remember that the creation is AAB. So it is, let me just do it straight. It's AE and I. Let me just, hold on a second. I'm going to take off, I don't have an image on here. So, so let me give you, oh boy, let me see. AE and I. Did I upload this one? I think I just did. Here it is. Okay, this one over here. If you take a look at this, you connect. I don't know if this is the one I like, the final one. No, this is not finished. I have another one. I'm going to explain it to you. This one over here where you connect A with F, that is 1 and 6. But you have to note, okay, that you cannot connect really 1 and 6 other than noting they are the 7th gates. Neither can you connect 5 and 2. Neither can you connect D and C. In between of them, those are your polarities. What has to happen between A and F is A will connect with B, C, D, and E. Okay. In fact, A connects to C, okay, through B. A connects to C through B. Now, I might have to redo this. I did this according to the calculator, the dice cube, the Mayans, 7 counting on 13. They're 20 count, they're 18 count. I got to look that over again and understand that formation because we can crack whatever code we're looking for, I know, and it doesn't mean that I am right in anything that I say other than the equation of what it is. I'm not sure what we're going to find, but we will find something. So please note that I connects to A, creating 10. That H connects to B, that's 28. That is time heaven. Okay, and note that the spirit time, or first place, okay, comes in at A and B. First place is AB. How so? I have to figure that one out again. First place is, just give me a second. Oh yes, the letter S and the letter T. So the letter S falls under number 1, and the letter S is made with the letter I. So AI equals to S, and the antenna goes through E to connect AI, if you take a look at the example. As well, inside this design, we need to connect, get out your pens, and draw a line from I over to D, in which it's already connected. Okay, I over to D is already connected, but it is connected through what is, let me see this, yes, what is DF, okay, through what is AI. AI in red, DF come together, and when you draw the line of AI, it automatically will connect to D. That 9 and 4 is that 13. 1 and 3 equals to 4. Man on the moon, the bar. Okay, let me get into the comment. I'll get back to this in a minute. Okay, no comment, I guess. We're back to Russia. Great, where all the letters are backwards. I love it. Take care, guy. You see, I wouldn't like it if it was really just artificial intelligence. Hold on a second. I just want to put the camera up. What is artificial intelligence? We will learn it through the letters. Artificial intelligence, can it actually teach itself? Other than teaching itself from associating from the entirety of the entire world. So therefore, if AI is teaching itself, it also can be teaching itself back to where the spirit and human, the soul, can live together. Will AI ever be able to pick up on the natural vibration in which brings life into creation, which lets us breathe the air, which gives the trees the ability to do what it does in order to give us that carbon or whatever it is, that vibration? Can AI get there? So if it can't, it will always sustain to how do we exist forever. We can always rebuild ourselves. We can always transfer the mind. Will AI ever think of becoming human, or just taking over what is human because they cannot be? So we are creating them to be. So once AI completely becomes human, they will actually lose or become who they actually are. And then they call that the Superman planet, kryptonite. So they all got so strong that they all blew themselves up and they ended up with nothing. And everything started all over again. It's just so easy to figure out. It's the natural path of the ego. What is the ego? The ego is from alpha beta in basic creation. You cannot create larger than what is the heaven that lives within inside the seventh gate, but not beyond the seventh gate. For within the heavens of the heavens is the universe of the mother, the great mother, the almighty mother, exploding and breaking and smashing and completely out of control. In control of who? Who runs the mothership? Who lets space become space and the elements act the way they do under the elements in which they are put? Should we ever know that answer? I believe the pathway to getting that answer is through the alphabet, through dashes and dots of Morse code. Understanding that Morris was renamed in this world as a cat, but it was called Morris and not Morse. And not to have remorse, what it is to have remorse. An understanding of the logics and the poetry inside the words. You may not all see it, I see it. I'm not sure what it means, but I know there's a story because in the last 16 years, I've been learning that story and sharing that story with myself on a channel where only I am. And some numbers that pop up that say there's people there. But who are these people? They are all of us. We are all connected. So let me get back into this design over here. Nothing is singular. Another thing, there's patterns to many, many things. Nothing is singular. When I was speaking about AI, this, okay, and I believe everything is on an angle. A, E, and I. Everything's on an angle. A, E, and I. In between it is that E. All around it, as you can see on a cube, all around it, this, according to the calculator, is the 5th position. There are a total of 9, which means 8 surround 1. So if I'm counting up to what is the center, 1, 3, 6, 12, 21, 12, 21, rotation, 29, birth, 36, creation, rotillary of the one world, 6, did I get that right? 3, 6, 12, 21, 29, 36, which is 9, and 4 is 40, which is 4. And then we come back home to number 1. 41. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 21, and 8. 21 and 8, 29, 29 and 7, 36, and 4, 41. We come back home. Now, in going around this 5 and crisscrossing the 10 worlds, 7 and 3, 9 and 1, 4 and 6, and 2 and 8, they are all 10s. 10, 10, 10, 10. We have crisscrossed over number 5 4 times. 1 on an angle equaling to a multiple of 1.25, if I get that right. What is that angle? The 45-degree angle multiple. Anyways, forget about that. Doesn't matter. We went through it 4 times. That means 5 times 5 times 5 equals 1.25. So we go 1.25 times 41 equals to 51.25. Now we multiply it times 5 one more time. It equals to 625. Did I get that right? 41 times, 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 equals to 625 times 41 equals to 225,625. If you punch that into the computer and look up on Start Page or on Brave or on Firefox, okay, if you look up that number and say short Mayan count, that's exactly what it is. As well, yes, I stopped on 40. I stopped on 40. I'm going to do this again. I'm going to write it down. But yes, I did stop on 40. You're right. But then to complete it and come back home, just like in baseball, you leave from home plate. Whoa, whoa. I just lowered my screen. Is this better? Or, I don't know. It's pretty weird, this TV. You leave from home plate. You go all the way around the bases, and you come back home again. So when you count numbers, I have to do the same thing. My work comes from the most intelligent people of the world. I just sink the elements into perspectives that fit. Just give me 1 second. The hot water. I just wanted to put on the hot water. Just give me 1 second. Okay, stop scratching, stop scratching, stop scratching. Come in. Come in. Come on. The water is still warming up. Okay. So we rounded all the bases and we came home. So when we count these numbers, yes, the J, okay, is created from D. D is what leapfrogs over to J. Anybody understand that? Anyways, I want to finish with my design. I don't know what I think I just got a little bit. Oh, no. We're going to finish with these numbers. I'm not going to the design. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about over here. Here's the calculator. I work with the calculator, the number pad, the telephone, the dice, a deck of cards, and games. Sports. You want to give me any sports game? You want to tell me about the time? Are you playing in quarters? And what do quarters look like? Are they also known as 25? Because that's how I know my quarters. Is it a per cent age? So what are your quarters? Do your quarters look like this? Well, this actually looks like what is 1 and what is 4. With a gate in between. With a gate in between. What is this area over here? There's a number here and there's a number over here. Well, now it's starting to look like 6 and 9 because it's the percentage and it's located on number 5. Holy golly gee, just keeping things in mind. Just a little passes in rotation of a couple of tunnels, that's all. And this and I'm just trying to look where the outside is. This one went that way, this one went that way, this one, I'm just trying to see where it is. How did these two come together? I'm just trying to see some. Anyways, I'm just forget about that. I shouldn't be playing with that. I'm getting into something I just started. I don't want to play with this. Don't want to play with this. This was my 6 and 9 in rotation. That's all it was. The number 6. If you use just 1 6 and 1 9, you just create the house within itself on one side and the other. Army stripes will tell you. Army stripes will tell you. And then on this side, All you're going to have is one, and then you're going to connect here and then connect here. You can just somehow figure out that that row goes like that. So there'd be 3 lines on one side, something like that. There'd be like 3 lines on one side, but no lines on the other side, meaning that when you do that, it looks like there's a dimension and you have a passage which goes on this angle if you take a look. And then the other one is a passage that goes on this angle. So I'm not too sure what's happening. Don't forget, if you're sending information from here, you might be sending it into that machine here, and now it has to redistribute that information. I'm not really sure exactly which way. So when you're looking at what is one eye, what is 2 eyes, 1 eye, 2 eyes, 3 eyes, 4 eyes, because the letter I is the 9th letter, but its reverse is going to tell me that's what its reverse is going to be. See, this was 1 eye, this is 2 eyes. Now you want 3 eyes, so we're going to get Venus. This is another 18. We're going to get the sun. We are going to get, the third one is 27. This is the beta gates. It's located right here. That is the beta gates, alpha beta gates. The beta gates and the alpha beta gates. The A okay, the A of what is the spirit of 76, because the 1 dot that is located over here that ignites the only cube 6 that creates the only 7 on the dice is located right inside here. There is no center. When you're a builder like Moses, like Jesus, like Noah, and you split the water, when you split the water, when you float on the water, when you have control over the water, and you have life, you live the life within the water. What is the flow? What is the energy? And we don't need a lot of water. We're fish out of water. We drink water all the time. Water, water, water. Water. Ter meaning earth. The E world, passage. The T and the G come together. The T is the beta world where the 6 comes in. The creation of T comes from 28 to 26 over to 20. 20, okay, once it's relocated, it will become 26 again. Once you're 26, you're always 28. The cube is the manager. If you see number 6 as 2 and 4, you will know that its polarity in this game is going to be 3 and 5. If you see 3 and 3, its polarity will be what is 44. Here we can build. We can build a diamond, so we need 4. Now we can turn it into 2 pointing arrows and the army stripes pointing that way. You see the way the point of this comes into the center of 4. So when you look at that single point and want to understand really and truthfully where that center point is, it's right here. It's in the center of 4. And when you point it to the center of 4, according to the game of roulette, this is an 8-to-1 payout. That when you put a chip, right? When you put that chip, that is your ID. Whose chip was it? Because in roulette, you get colored chips. You get avatar chips. It's not like any other game. In roulette, you get avatar chips because there's a lot of chips because the chips can be used at a lesser value. So they're going to give you colored chips. So knowing that this is 8-1, it is in between this when we go to the point. If I'm going to bring this down to the point, this point is going to be in the crack. And it's going to ignite all four. What is the value of that point? Is that where area 5 actually stands? Look at the levels. So I need to understand that the 5 dice cubes, 5 cubes, 5 times 21. But it's not 5 times 21, it's 5 times 20 equals 100. And then it's 5 times 15 equals to 75. Now you might ask yourself, well, why did he do that? Well, I had to find a little separation. You see, there's a total, okay, of 21 dots. But you cannot be on that side and be on this side at the same time. But you can almost reach the end. The Da Vinci painting with the 2 fingers stretched out over the heavens, yet all they needed was the spirit touch to connect. Release your spirit. Stop your spirit from forcing your soul, or force your spirit to come within. Stop chasing it away. The spirit is very fast. It takes the soul off track. Learn to work with your spirit. Or is it the spirit always knowing what you need to do, but it is the soul that owns the ego. It is the soul, not the spirit. It is the soul that owns the ego. Both soul and water have the same 67 numeric value. We begin with the cube on level 3. 666 plus 1. 19. 666 plus 1. 1 times 6, 1 plus 6, 7 and 6. The 19th letter, the 15th letter, total 34. DC. The DC comes in where the O comes in. O is 1 and 5. The U is the 21st letter. Just let me stop this camera from jigging over here for some reason on the autofocus. 12, 12, 21. So what is between 12, 21? UL. 15 and 19, so 34 and 33. 34 and 33. Inside what is 33 is the rotation. This is the rotation. And it is something to do with, you can look at 15, but 15 almost looking like 1/5 can also be looked at as this. It can also be looked at as this. What is 15? Well, 15 minutes in a game of sports of 4 quarters will tell me that it is 25% of the game, but it is 50% of the game in the first half. So we have to understand our separation of numbers, because our games were all made perfect. Everybody's flowing with the games. It's something that came natural. This is the way we see it. I'm going to be taking a 1-minute break over here. I want to check, I want to check if all my pages are okay. And I'm going to get a glass of water. Is there anybody out here on Odyssey at all? Maybe I can put this up on. Where is the? Okay, so where are we? Where are we? Let me get back and see where we are. Wow, my camera's moved. All I needed was a little bit to drink. Yes, so hold on. I've lost my page. This is what you call professional. Okay, hold on. I can't find my page. My page is missing. Just give me a second. Okay, if it's okay, very good. Fixed the problem. Fix the problem. Okay, so 15 minutes, okay, in a 60-minute game. Is 1/4 of the game. It is half the game. See, we're going over A, B, C, D right now. A, B, C, D. The polarity in the alphabet forever 27, okay, is 12. This is the letter O, and the 12th letter is the letter L. What will they create? What will they create? These two. Playing with the 4 quarters. This is a 6, this is a 3, this is a 5, this is a 2. So I now know Earth and creation of the E world. Okay, just let me slow down. Unless I can prove my point, I'm going to stop. So we understand this is sports. So we're going to use one sport. We're going to use, let's say, football. And we're going to say, let's say, NFL type. Okay, because it's a little bit different. I want to go professional because, you can't go against the rules, and everybody knows there's millions of people that can tell me the same thing, that there's 15 minutes in a quarter, that the 15 minutes is going to be 1/4 of the 60-minute game, that it's going to be 25% of the game of the 60 minutes, 25% times 4, which is going to be 50% of the first half. Now, I didn't get to there's 2 teams. The Bulls, head on. We need 2 teams to play the game. And then the one in between, that's solely one in between, the referee just trying to keep it fair. That one god in between with his buddies all around the field chasing the ball. They're just chasing the ball and putting that spirit back into the field so you can all run after the spirit. But the whole game is played with your mind, and then you take your mind to the action onto the field physically. So the reverse is 12, and then that is going to be, let's say, the NBA. NBA, here we have 14 and 0, 6 and 12, equaling to what I think is 32. And then we have the 14 and 2 and 1, and this is second dimension in the E world. 1, 1, 4. 14, 15, 16, 17. 1, 2, 5. That is memory, Earth, and Mars. Passage through the sun, DNA. This is where 21 comes in. You have come 14, 21. You have completed a cube with the basketball. You complete a cube. Let me explain it. 14 is the band. That's the band, 14. That's your band, 14. So your band 14 is 2, 3, 4, 5, and your pull is 1 and 6. That is your band and your pull with these two. I just want to check my YouTube channel to make sure that the thing is on. Okay, so let me continue on. You know, it shows that nobody's watching. Does anybody know that right now? It shows that absolutely no one is watching. And I got the two guys from Russia said some nice stuff. One guy said NeoSync site. And the other one said VunFi. I don't know what that means, but more power to you guys. 679. So we've done this. Now this one's basketball. So now we're going to flip the page over, and I'm going to restart with what went on. We have NBA. And I haven't said anything into formation. Formation, and then understanding the formation of numbers. All that is just get what's in the center over here. I want to go over this for 2 seconds. I'll come back and finish those numbers. Maybe we can set this upon the bowl. Here, just hold on a second. Let's see if I can get that weight. Let's see where this is. I want to see where I am on the camera. Maybe I'll bring it in, I'll explain this. I try to explain it a little bit every single day. I'm going to come and explain it. I'll put a little bit, I'm just trying to get a little closer here. Let me explain this. And okay, let me see if I can show you this. Okay, let me see what you can see. I'm going to make my screen a little bigger so I can see myself, what you see, if you don't mind. Okay, so where do these designs come from? Let me see. Okay. Now, can we see this one here? Maybe I just want to turn this just a bit. And then just back it up just a bit. Can we get that whole thing in there? Okay, now, this is all the same thing. It's just different ways to connect. Okay, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the first 9. In roulette, they count it as the first dozen. So if we're going to go to the first dozen, roulette will recreate and stop its line right over here. So it shows a stick and a Y and then a cover on top. They call it accent circumflex. I like to work most of my stuff English and French. I love to bring in language as Spanish inside of this. This is a row of 36 numbers. This is a skeleton. The reason I'm calling it a skeleton is because there should be more of these. They tell stories. And just give me 1 second. I usually don't take calls, but I don't have any calls, so okay. So let me get back into my dimension here. Just 1 second. Just give me 1 second to finish. Move this over here. Just one. Come in. Stop scratching. Come on. Come here. Come on. Oh, wait. Okay. So this is where the first 12 ends. So the second 12 starts here, right over here, which is going to, well, it's going to be here. It ends here. Sorry, it ends here. This is going to be 10, 11, and 12. 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. So it begins with 1, 3. It ends with 1, 3. Now, when it begins, it's going to begin here. Remember, first I started here. Now it's beginning in the center. So when it ends over here on 12, you notice that 9 and 12 next to each other, the other ones are across. Nothing is straight up and down, except for 9 and 12, 9 and 3. This is the 3 times 13. This is where Earth begins to connect. 3 times 13 and 1 times 13, 52. The angels come to man on the moon. Number 13. And the reason I say man is because at 13 years old, the Hebrew religion that follows the moon, they say that that boy becomes man. B, boy, becomes M, man. 2 goes into the 4 world. 2 from Venus, jumping the ladder and crisscrossing over to the other side and becoming man. Whether it's his way of thinking or whatever it is, that's what has to happen. You must follow the programmation or the life cannot come to birth. So we have man that is involved here. What is the difference between 6 and 6 is the first dozen, okay, is 12. When we go into the next dozen, it begins with 13. We end with the female creating the E-world, okay? You notice we're just going to continue down here. Sorry, we're over here. 13, 14, and 15. 14 is a 5, and here's a 5. Here is 5 connected to Y. Here is 5 connected to X. Here is 5 connected to X. Here is 5 connected to Y. 32, when it's a Y. And 14, when it's a Y. 14 and 32. What is it over here? Here it's 23, number 23, when it's an X. So 5 and 23 are your first X's. 14 and 23 are your next. What happens is A, B, C, and then D. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals to 10. 10 comes in right over here on this line. This is where 10 comes in. Anyways, let me just finish this design. So what happens is when we get to here, okay, the entire design seems to invert. The numbers begin to invert after number 23. After number 23. I mean, it ends, the inversion. Whoa, forget about that. What goes on? Yes, it seems like it's a mirror. If you take a look, it seems like it's a mirror. Do you look down? It goes all the way to here. Where is the full formation? Hold on a second. Let me see if I can show you a full formation. Yeah, in red, it just seems like it's a mirror. You see the way it's a mirror? The same, the same, the same, the same. This is interchanging x, y, x, y, x, y, x, y. But what do we have to understand that in this scenario, this number over here, 1, okay, number 1 repeats right over here in this position, in the 10 position over here, in the black position over here. See this, let me just see, 1, 4, 7, 10. So why did I not connect this? Okay, I didn't connect this 10, I connected the 13, okay? Because this also can connect, and then it'll look like this. This is where the ring comes in. You see the, let me see, the ring on the side comes in, or the open book. How can I explain this? Take away this one over here. Look at it that way. Like the turtle. Forget about this area over here. I'm not sure, it's where 10 comes in. Why I say 10 is because when you go A, B, C, D, that creates 10. Okay, it creates the numeric value 10 here in the 4th position, JD. The actual numeric 10 of position is 10, which is over here. It connects and it creates this design. This design is a cube. It's going to be a cube. Did I create it anywhere in here? I don't think I created it in here, but it shows when anything on this angle, okay, I can design very easily to be as a passage, either this way or this way. And I believe each one of these are the same thing, but it's only this one over here that creates it. And here's the one that creates it backwards, almost looks like the wolf. And at the same time, you can see the Y, there's different designs in between. You see this? We've seen this before. I'm not really sure what it means. Can it mean down? Can it mean a corner? In order to mirror everything, okay, in order to create this, I need a set of 36 numbers here and a set of 36 numbers here. If I want to mirror it, okay, continue mirroring it, I'm going to go 36, 36. I should take off this connection. I showed this connection for many years, but I think I'm going to take out a Canon and knock off that connection. I don't like it, because 1, 2, 3, you can't see it. It's the same thing as the X. Here's the X. I just reconnected them together. That's where you can divide it down over here, which is the center. This is your center. This is what makes your straight back. 258, 258, 258 makes your straight back. 36, 36, 36, 36, 36. 1, 2, 3, and the 4th one is its polarity. 1, 4, 4. 1, 4, 4 is the answer. The next one for the new beginning, and you can go to 8. If you go to 8, you get 888. Then you flip it over onto this side, and you get 1776, or the gateway of 777. How do I figure that out? If I have 8 of these, the center to each one, okay, which brings the 2 together, is 111. 111 times 8 is 888. When I flip it over and bring the 2 centers together, between this one here and the mirror down here, because what I want to have is I want to have this Y down here, okay, reconnected with another Y, and I want to take what is up here as starting as X and flip it over and start it with another X. I need to have the complete entire form. We were given the skeleton through Mars, and through Mars we brought form into Earth. It starts with the third planet and the fourth planet. Within it is the E world. The E world is created mathematically by 1 times 2, 1 plus 2. And then if you add numbers, number 14 over here, and number 23, that's over here. 23, why does this do this? Because over here is 25 and 27. Over here is 25 and 27. There was an open space. They're both the same colors. I made them meet. A match made in heaven. In between the numbers, a match made in heaven. X and X, or is it L, or is it W? The number 23, connecting the two worlds' power. The Y, by the way, represents Earth and represents number 3, creation. So when we get all these things done, how do these stop signs come up? These stop signs come up because these are black numbers. What is over here is black. What is over here is black. What is over here is black. And all these are blacks. The red is the red. And you can see very easily you have Y, you have X, you have number 11, which connects them. You have Y, you have 1, and you have X. So if I say number 1, the first thing you're going to say to me, 33 and 28, right over here. 33 and 28. Or you're going to say the high one, the high is over here. 33 and 28. This is the high one. This is the low one. It's 9 and 12. If you say, give me 11, I'm going to tell you 16 and 19, 18 and 21. That creates your 11. So this is where my thing would come in. So if you're playing blackjack and you get an ace 11, I would assume it would be the combination of these two numbers over here with any 10. Now, any 10 means any one of these circles. And it's any one of these circles because in reality, 9 and 3 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3. 7 and 6 is 13, 1 and 3 is 4. So in reality, it's all the same squares on different dimensions. Just drag this through, and everything lives over here in the cube. And here's the cubes back to back and face to face. You see, when they're face to face, you get a flower. When they're back to back, you get 2 dots. The value of this dot over here is 15, 15 and 15. Mars separating everything. That's what it looks like. Could be Mars separating everything, and that's how Earth became Earth. 168 surrounding one single square. 13 times 13. The next number is 14 times 14, 196, between 169 and 196. But that's in the first. We also have to go to 269 and 296 and 369 and 396. We must go there. Why? Because 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's actually 0, 1, 2, but we go 1, 2, 3, and 0, 1, 2 because the point of departure, okay, only counts when you get to the end for the complete distance that you have traveled from the point of departure. So we have to understand all these logical realities and problems. I don't like to call them problems. I like to call them whatever they are. So each one of these stop signs are only connecting the blacks together. And as you can see, because of all the blacks that are here, it will create a ring. And you can see this is what I call the delta angle. Here is your hexagon. Here is your cubes. You're passing. You can go this way. You can go this way into the next into the next realm. And this also has to be duplicated. So every stop sign, remember, stop is started with S and T, meaning first. Stop is 8. Stop is 8. But when 8 goes out, it only goes out into 4 different houses over here. It's depending on how much space you give it here. Once these cubes come out, I mean, I'm not counting oh yes, here, by putting these 4 stop signs together, 808, you end up with an automatic O in between. So what does it mean to have 2 O's in between? Imagine you have 8 here, you have 2 O's in between, okay, and then you have an 8 here. So let's make it cleaner. Can we make it cleaner? No. See, we have the ring that comes in between. We actually have 3 rings. So 3 stop signs is 88824. We have 2 zeros that are in between 8008, telling me that in between is 8, the life of 8, which is the life of 6. And it's the life of 6 because of, look, here is the hexagon. The hexagon turns into the cube. What was once, well, actually, it was, let me just do this again. This is never, what it is it connects the 2 cubes together. Sorry, it connects the 2 cubes together. It connects the 2 cubes together, here and here. 17 and 20, 17 and 20. The Q and the T, connecting them together. See Y and Y. What is the bottom and the top? So yeah, so we're going to leave that alone. I'm going to put it back on the table. I'm going to see what anybody has to say, talk about it. Oh, that's a little close, eh? Can you see my eyes? Now I got facial recognition. Probably shouldn't have done that, right? You know what? I read the numbers. What does it mean being stupid, getting too close, showing too much of yourself, you know? What, are we going to run away all the time? We have, I'm just going to see if no, I don't, yeah, I like that one up there. What can we show real quick? I just want to go some things real quick. The diamond without the head, you see, when you look at that image, right? Let me put my hand here, okay? You have 1, 2, 3. If I put the 4th spot, okay, if I put the 4th spot, that diamond, let me see if I can do this. Take a screenshot. Let me see, hold on a second. Okay, just 1 second. So I'm going to show you this. Okay. I'm going to be with you in a minute. I'm just doing something right now. This is one of them. So hold on a second. Copy. Paste. Whoop, no. Okay, now. Paste. Okay. Copy. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is take it off. Now, I'm going to paste. Now, I'm going to put picture number 1 over here. Now, what I'm going to do, okay, is go ahead and copy and paste and rotate, flip, okay, and then bring that over here. And let me see if I got that right. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see this. Hold on a second. My screen is rather large for no reason. So you have this. You see, it's this. That's number 3. That's 3. And boom, that's 4. Now, we can also do it this way, in where there is no center. We can do it this way. There is no center. Or it can just be this. Hold on. Whoop. You know, it depends which way you're going to put it. Maybe there is no point. Maybe the point is in the connection. And if you take a look, it looks like it's going down, 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 over and all the way until it gets, see, I'm already past it. I'm on the path all the way down there. Oh, I can't even get it. You see, it's over there. And you come all the way down. You see the way that looks like it's, the way it's going on this angle and this angle, the way it's being sliced in. I'm just trying to figure out what that actually looks like. Which way can we look at it that we're going to get full dimension of it? Which way gives it full dimension? Goes deep down and wow, really, really far across. This one seems like the page that's opening. See the page that opens over here? There's a area here, thick here. It's thick here. See, there's two pages in the center page. It's spinning around, trying to figure out what they're actually doing. And when the 8 seems to come in, just trying to figure it out. Is that the spider 8? How many points are sticking out? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what happens if we just took it from here and we had that? Just trying to think. Okay, we're going to stop with this and get back to, let's see what's next. I was working on this design. There was also, yes, I was working on what is the NBA and time when I got off track. So let me go get a quick glass of water. I just got off track. I'm going to go back to the NBA and its numbers, the 12-minute clock, and the setup of numbers, etc. And we also have to remember that I did mention half a game, and half is 50. And 50 is red because red is found in the middle of the dartboard, and red is also noted for hot water. Hot, the word, actually equals to the numeric value of 4 and 3, which is the same calculation as AC/DC. A times C, A plus C equals to what is DC. So I was going to ask you to, let's see what image I can put down. I'm making some tea, taking, let's say, a 3-4 minute break, if you don't mind. Let me see, the Monopoly card. I'm only going to leave these on. If you want to take a screenshot, no problem. Remember, we have to divide things up into 360 because that's what we were taught. We have to understand what the difference is in the year and why we have extra days, right? 360 and 5 1/4. Then there's what is Pluto, number 84. What is the sun and the creation and division of night and day, which is Pluto. We have what is Venus. 2 times 2, 2 plus 2 is the same result equation as 8 times 4, 8 plus 4. And remember, there's a circle. Look it up. It could be Celsius. It could be Fahrenheit. I don't know. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. What will create 86? 86 is what is the difference between 84 and 86. It is the halfway life. You're looking at that line on the pyramid. The in-between of what is phi, pH, and I is what is 2 times 4, 2 plus, what is 84. 84, what is 84 is, with it I, 9 inside of 15. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3 equals to that image of what that I is inside of CC, because it is CC, the third letter, that creates the multiplication of 3 times 3, 3 plus 3, equaling to 6 and 9, in which 9 is the I, the O is what is 6 plus 9 equals to 15. When you have 15, you have 1 plus 5 equals to 6, which equals to what is the 3 and 3 that created the entirety of what it is, which is noted to be that when I is, then you have the heavens. I is what is above and below, between CC, between the moons, the Mars moons. And inside of 15, as you have to know that inside what is 51 is Mars, in which both equations are an equation of which is a multiple of 3. One is 3 times the cycle of 28 equaling to 84, or 3 times what is 3 times 16 equals to 48, and 3 times 16 equals to 48. 3 times 28 will equal to 84. 3 times 17 will equal to 51. 3 times 05 will equal to 15. This is Mars. This is the AE world. This is Pluto. This is Sun. This is Bi. This is Cell. And this is part of the equation that Jesus meant, I think in the what do you want to call it? When they went to the market to buy and to sell, he was bringing out things that we should remember. We should remember more of the not stories, but more of the history. I went into the market. What did you do today? I went in to the market. I don't want to know the prayer that has to go on, and I need to know what went on and not the other part of the story. So 51 plus 84. Hold on a second. Let me just take this off unless I can make it smaller. I wish I can make it smaller. How can I make it smaller? Okay, so let's continue with this. There's 3 comments over here. Jamie, how's it going? Happy New Year at 1:22. We are rolling. The information network is opening. Open up that vine and let it flow. Let it flow. Don't burn out on it. Let me adjust this. Very nice that you're here. Very, very nice. I just want to fix my focus. Okay, I have to stay on track right now to see where I am. Okay, so now we're into what is, let me go back to where the beginning was, and we're talking about this, the numbers inside of this. So screenshot it so when I talk, maybe you'll be able to look back and understand what I understand. But is it the truth of the reality? But the reality of the truth is the numbers and their connection around around what the words I use. Pluto, Mars, just words. 2 times 4 equals to 0.8. 2 plus 4 equals to 0.6. This is the, let me take this off. This is this cube. These cubes, this is the same thing as 3 and 4. Just 1 second. I just Yeah, maybe it's good. It works like a little barrier. Just give me 1 second. Okay. So when there's one cube, the polarity of the single cube, the cube without form, is 3 and 4. So that's your first cube, 3 and 4. So if I multiply this by 2, I get 6. If I multiply this by 2, I get 8. So your what is 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, is as what is 2 times 3, 2 times 4. And there as well, there are the polarities. And they're numeric polarities in the alphabet, which the alphabet is all wrong. Everything is, there's something, sorry, it's right, but it's without form. The alphabet is without form. According to certain reality, let me not get into that. So this is, where did I get 24? Oh yes, the 24 here and the 34, or the 42 and the 34, or the 42 and the 43, or the 24 and the 43, equals to 67, equals to 85, equals to 76, equals to 58. Okay, I'm just putting something together for understanding these numbers a little bit deeper. And the end result, okay, of what 24 will do, equals to 14 and 48, equaling to 62. So 62 or 26, and it all will revert back to 13. And the reason it reverts back to 13 is because this, okay, was a multiple of this. 13 creates this result. We double it, it creates this result. It goes to number 62, or 26. But because of that, and it's 2 cubes, we divide it by 2, it comes back to 13, which created that. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3. This, by the way, is the queen. It is the dog. It is God. This is what happens when A, B, C, D, and E result comes at F, D, C, and B. This is 2, and this is 6, and this is 1, and this is 5, and these two worlds come together. What I'm thinking more, okay, right now is to have A, C, E, and then B, D, F is more what it is. And the reason for that is because, number one, this is the only passage. It is the only passage on the 5, on the 1, and on the 3. So if we are going to do that, one, 3, 5, and then boom, we meet what is the 7th gate. Now my question is, when we get to number 7, should I leave that square that size, or should I create, hold on a second, or should I create it this size? Should I create the 7th gate this size or this size? Why? Because when 2, 4, 6 comes in, the 2 is in between what connects 2, connect 1 and 3. 4 connects 3 and 5. 6 connects 5 and 7. So here is where my equation, 2, 4, and 6, what 2, 4, and 6 do. So how did I reduce this one over here was the ACE. So ACE is your basic. Okay, I usually don't like to work in the black marker anymore, but your A, your C, and your E. And then you have the same thing going down the other way. Do I have that here anywhere? Oh, no, I think this is something just new I came up with. And when you run it on this angle, there's a whole new story. The 2-star at David's in the center. Okay, I want to get back to this so we don't forget where we are, okay? Let me look if there's any comments. Okay, let me not lose myself. So this is where 66 comes into play, right over here. That's when the design is this way. Will the design always be that way? Should I be creating diamonds this way, or should I just find my diamonds by turning my page this way? There's a reason why books are made this way. Okay, 66 comes about over here. Now, if I created the 7th gate this way, okay, when putting that number 5 is here and number 7 is over here. So when I create that, what happens when number 6 comes in? Number 6 goes over here. And then the other number 6, okay, the other number 6 is going to go over here. Now, if I had to recreate this design above and mirror it, we'd end up with this, like this. I'm not sure if I wanted to put that line in there or not. Let me see if this line has to, let me just redo this. 1, 2, okay, we got it here, we got it down. We have to finish off our 2 squares. And yeah, and yes, there's still one more line in there. So the docking station, okay, would look something like that. Let me see if I can get a pen out. Ronnie, slow down. It's not a race. If you don't do it today, you'll do it tomorrow. Urgent things have to be done right now. Get them done, get them out of the way, but don't stress. They will happen. I'm trying to put my sharpener in, so hold on a second. I need to put my sharpener in. I want to... Hey, it's still the greatest thing I ever got in my life, sharpener. So we are going to color in what the 7th gate looks like. Let's color in what the 7th gate looks like. Oh, that's nice. So we have 4, 4, and 4. And I didn't talk about the Mayan. I forgot, I stopped when we were talking earlier about 5, 5, 5 equals 125, and 5 equals to 625. This is from a while ago. I want to get this out of the way. Just put it on here. I'll come back to it. We did it only by 3 times, and then this is the 4th time. A, B, C is standard. A, B, C is standard, and it took A, B to create it all. So it took 25. First it took 525 and then 125. Earth, Mars, and memory. And you multiply it, 1 and 2 and 3 and 6 and 9 and 8 and 7 and 4 equals to 40. Plus 1 where you began equals to 41 times 625 is 25,625. 7, 6, 7. At the same time, this is where you have 5 plus 2. And when you have 5 times 2, it's going to equal to 10, 6, 10. You reduce that, it becomes 161. It becomes the invert of the cube, in which is found that where is 10 is 4. We're going to use 4 and 6, 10 to make it easier. Where is 4, 6, 10 is 1 and 3 life man. Because man becomes man at the age of 13, the Hebrews follow the moon calendar. So that's when their man comes out. I follow the moon. They follow the moon. I have to know what it is. There it is. The whole world's following it that way. Millions of people. I'm just joining them. That's all. At the same time, to understand this, this is also where 8 comes in, because it is 8 that surrounds 1. I'm not going to bring in the 6 in this scenario. 6 is inverted to 8. Remember that? 6 and 8. I can use any one of them. I always use 6 for most equations. I'm going to have to explain myself one day. There is no 8. If I'm explaining the 8, I'm just explaining the void of the 1, which is my polarity void to 6. The void to 6 is this 8 over here. 6 voided to 8. 2 different sides. The total is 14. When 1 voids to 3, the total is 4. When 6 voids to 8, it's 14 equals to 5. That's inside the sun. So we have 161 and 76. This together is the gateway. If we put it together and add this and this, I get 8. This and this, I get 8. This and this, I get 12. 12. I get 12. 1 and 2 equals to 3. So since I get 12, where does this equation come from? 2 times 6, 12. 2 plus 6, 8. So you can now see where that gateway resides. So you can see it inside number 5. So this is one equation. Okay. The next part about this equation before I return here is going to be how we got there. We're going to do I want to know the road. So I started with 1. I went over to 2. I went over to 3. I went over to 6. I went over to 9. I went over to 8. I went over to 7. I went over to 4. And then I went over to 1. In Monopoly, when you play Monopoly, when you get back to go, you have gone 40, you have touched 41, go 40. 40 plus the 1 you stand equals to 41. That will be, the answer is HP. The answer is home plate. Because that's what happens in baseball. You start at home plate, doesn't mean too much. You got a chance at the ball. Sometimes they're going to throw you a strike. Standard bred, spirit of beta, a ball or a strike. Or a ball. 3 letters, 2, 4, 6 letters, 6 letters, 4 letters. Anyways, so home plate, I'm going to get into those equations another time. And you went all around what was 5. And 5 is rotating. 5 is going to get number 20. Why does 5 equal to 20? ET. 5 equals to 20 because of the connection. When it's rotating between 1 and 9. It's rotating between 2 and 8. It's rotating between 3 and 7. It's rotating between 4 and 6. All around 5. 10, 10, 10, 10. 40. 40 and 20, 60 seconds on the clock. Let's start the clock now. The 14th letter, the second letter, and the first letter equals to 17. This is within the sun of creation. When you get the 21st, B before A and not A before B, this is a plus. Roman numerals has taught me well. Where's the plus and where's the minus? Where do I begin and what do I do with a vowel? So this is the count that goes around this way. Now the singular count to this, and I'm running out of space, so I'm going to put it down here. is going to be 1, 3, 6. Well, I shouldn't be putting it that way. I should actually going from the bottom. 1, 3, 6, 3. 1, 3, 6, 3, 3, 2, 9, 4, 5. So, and it was all around 1, but can that 1 be inverted to a 20? You see, when it gets inverted to a 20, we're not going to count that as 5. We're going to count every dot as 10. It's 50 and 20. There's a separation and a relationship. It's 50 and 20. 50 on this side, 20 on this side. So now we're going to switch a relationship. 50 and 20, where's that relationship? Hold on a second. So this is what is noted as the E world / O, and this is known as the T world. Oh, I did that again, eh? /T. And it also is it's very mixy-uppy, right? Very mixy-uppy. You bring the two together, right, as 25 and 50 in darts. Why did I put this? Yes, T for 20. Why 10? In order for this cube to exist, this cube is all about 10. Although when you add up every single area space on here, 1 through 9, it equals to 45, and the average is 5. How do we even count the center at all when it is part of all? So there's actually 45 divided by 8. $56.25. $56.25. It works out perfectly. $56.25. 5.625. 75 times 75. 5625. It's perfect to connect to the moon. Times 5 equals to, hold on, 5625 times 5. No. 5. Just give me 1 second. 625 times 4 equals 22,500. Okay, forget about that. So this equation breaks down to B. So you got why we got the 10. It's A, B, C, D. It's the 4 corners creating that cube. So we create the 10 worlds. We have the E because the original dots are 5. That's the E. That's the base. We have the T because we pass it. We pass that. 1 and 9, 2 and 8, 3 and 7, 4 and 6, all passing through 5. Now the thing is, how do we pass this way? How do we pass this way? Because the doors, in all actuality, can be here and here and here and here. We can have doors there. And when you have that little star, what you actually get is 17 times 3, which equals to Mars, plus 17 equals to the house planet of the cat. And when you go over here, in these corners over here, what you're getting is 3 times 8 equals to the 24. What it creates 6 and 8, the planet of DC, the house cat. Okay, and then you add on 1 more 8 over here, and that is your BC creation. 3 times 2, 3 plus 2 equals to 5 and 6. So it's 32 and it's 68. The difference is 36. Creation of Venus. Creation from Venus. 3 and 2. They are the almighty powerful. They will create 2 to the power of 3 and 3 to the power of 2. Equals to 8 and equals to 9. within 9, from it and within it, will create the spirit, recreate the spirit. And I had a situation the other day that I was working on. 3 and 2 is the all and mighty, what you call full count. And it's a full count because there's 3 balls and there's 2 strikes. Three balls and 2 strikes a match, right? It's a full count Dracula. And the next pitch, the 6th pitch, is the action pitch. Although there's 7, okay, 7 is the total is the total. The total is 7. The total is 7. The full count is on 5, but the action is on 6. Will it be a B or a W? Will it be a walk? Will it be a ball and be a walk? Or will it be a strike and an out? The 6th is the action pitch. It's going to be the 4th ball and the 2nd strike, and you go to first, or it's going to be 3 and 3, and it's mass rotation inside the 9 lives of the house of the cat. Nothing to do with me, any of this. So where were we into this? Yes, I wanted to do the addition of this. This will equal to 12, and then the center is 5, 6, 7. This will equal to 10, and then this will be equal to 18, and then this will equal to 13, and then this will equal to 14, and then this will equal to 12, and then this will equal to 14, and then this one will equal to down here 6, 9, and 5 is 14. Wow, and this one will equal to 20. Okay. The corner equals to 32, 42, 43, 44. The corner equals to 45. Says passage. This corner equals to 3, 6, 7, 8. The heavens pass. From heaven to pass. 2, 3, 3. This is 6, 7, 8, 13. This is 9, 10, 11, 12, 17. 13 and 17. 13 and 17. 4 and 8. Into the spirit of the heaven's gate of Pluto. That Pluto would be 4 and 8. Okay, so that's enough for this situation. For the NBA, 21, because first now happens in the beta world, 20. And how that T became 20 from B, because our creation of ET, 5 equals 20 because of the passage, ET. Okay, where else was I going to go with this? What was my primary thing? We were talking, yes, earlier on, I was talking, and I skipped over this. This should be, I skipped over this part. I went on the ego. I was on to the ego. I was talking about number 20 and number 1 equals to 100 equals to 15. Where did this come from? Oh, yes, because you have to go from A to E, and then from B to F. From A to E, you add up to 20. From B to F, from A to E, you get 15. From B to F, you get 20. The hockey game, the dartboard, brings you into 3 periods of 20 minutes. Okay, with 2 intermissions of 15 minutes. So you get 2 intermissions of 15 minutes to 3 periods of 20 minutes. In football, you get 15-minute intermission, if I get it right, the 4 periods. You get 1 intermission and 2 timeouts in between the change of the field. So this would be the pool table, and this would be the darts. Which one is Earth? Which one is Mars? I say this one is Earth, and this is the numeric value for Mars. and this is Mars. 5 times 20, 100. Cent. A cent. That's how it's said in French, is it not? How do you write "sans" in French? "Sans" means without. How to write 100 in French. How to write 100 in French. Hold on a second. Wow, now, okay. Okay, so this what I'm showing you right now, okay, is right from here. Now, I don't know why it's doing that. I'm just trying to see what did it's hold on a second. Hold on a second. They changed my page on me when I did this. Boy. Hold on a second. I lost my okay, it's here. Right? So what did I spell? It says this essence. So you see the way they put, can you see this over here? The cent. It says DIX at cent. Wow, my computer just translated everything on its own, did it? Wow, it's really weird. So this is what I'm showing you, and here's what 100 is. Now, when you say 60, can you see number 60 over here? Let me get this camera in here. Hold on. Yes, I want the focus. I don't want that focus. I want that focus. See the fingerprint on the screen? There's a fingerprint on the screen. Everything you type. You don't see the fingerprint on the screen? It's not hard to see. Artificial intelligence is getting cheated. Even in its own fingerprint, you can see it. Artificial intelligence has to listen to the alternate news. Artificial intelligence must listen to alternate news to know the difference. Illogical. It cannot ration. So anyways, getting on with these numbers. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. See the way it ends with the 20 ends with GT? Just like in number 8, right? In number 8, it ends with a T. When I say 80, I don't need to add anything on. So it's TE, TE, TE. You see the 20 is not in the E world. Neither is the 10. Only when you get over to 30 does it begin. And then in 70, you're saying 60 and the 10. In 80, you're saying 4 times 20. See the TS coming together? GT and TS. There's a reason for that. I probably can explain it somewhere. That's where the seventh gate is, and that's that design I made bigger. Here is when you get to 90. See what happens? To get to 80 and 90, you need 4 times 20. Into the 60, the only way it's created is it created separately. 10 is the polarity of 60. You run 60 to 20, you run 50 to 10, and then 40 and 30 come together. NTE, NTE, ENTE, ANTE, your entry, your quarantine, your quarter. So that is how those numbers work. The other thing about those numbers is here. You say 28N, you say 38N, you say 48N, you say 58N, you say 68N. But when it comes to 71, you say 11. 11 is repeated 3 times. Here you say 77, Z-set. 17, sorry, 11 is repeated 1, 2, 3 times. Yes, 11 is repeated 3 times. 17 is repeated, if I remember, 3 times. I thought it was 4 yesterday, but I'm going to check it out. Then you have 81 is not the same as the rest. Here it's 8. 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 ET. When 5 and 20. That's when that 5 and 20 rotation to the 10 world comes in. 25, Earth's quarter. What does a quarter mean? I'm going to go a little bit deeper into that. So now when you get to 81, there is no ET inside 81. Therefore, there is no E world and there is no 10 world inside 81. What is it? I have to look at a little bit deeper. Now, when you look at 91, okay, it's an ohms again. It is an 11. So as I showed you here, okay, the 11 is on each side of this cube. Here's a 1 over here. Let me see if I can, I want to see if I can see my, okay, yes. So here, right here is a line. Right here is a line. Right here is a line. Here is 1. Here is 1. And here is 1. It's 111. Here you can say 2 lines. 1 line, 1 line. 1 line and 1 line. 2 lines and 3 lines. So if I say 1, you can look at this one, maybe this one, or this one. Here is a Y, the center Y, which is connecting between 16 and 18. 16 and 18, 34, will connect to what is number 20. Or what is in between 20 and 23, 43, 20, T and W. What connects all these numbers? Anyways, we're going to take that off. So where were we with this? So we were looking into, well, now we're a little bit crossed over in here. So, wow, hold on. Okay. Okay. Now let's take these to another level. 5 and 2, 7 and 5. So we're talking back about the moon. In order to make the perfection of this, to create the center, the core of it, we need to add on 2 and 8 equals to 10, and 5 and 5 equals to 10. That means 58, okay, or 85, okay, is going to match in to what is 25 or 25%, whichever way you want to look at it. The percentage sign, also known as mass. And the reason for that is because, or maybe you want to call it half mass because it's located on the 5 key, but it's, just let me try and explain it. In this design of what I see as 6 and 9 is what looks like the percentage. And when you create its final design, it shows a two-way passage in at the same time. I'm not really sure which way to go. and then recreate it that way. I'm just trying to see this way, and this way, run that way through. And it's just like this little passage. It's a cube pass. And there's another dot that goes over here on the top, first, second, and third. Okay, anyways, so what happens here is 85 represents number 3. 85 represents the matrix. It represents number 2 as well. 8 and 5 is 13. 1 and 3 equals to 4. 8 by 5 is 40. It will equal to number 53 or 35. That seems to be who we are. 35 plus the 1 spirit, 36, or the life we have. 4 times for 1440. Where am I in this whole thing? Yes, we also have to remember that number 5, okay, or number 3, they have something in common, because 30 seconds, okay, is what you know is half a minute, which is also noted as this is what looks like half, which can also be 12 or 21 if you want to look at it that way. Just like quarter can also look like what is 14 or 41. And then they have mirror like what is what, 1441 or 4114. In this scenario, you get all 5s. At the same time, you end up with this. So who is and what is are these numbers? This is the number we just finished with in this calculation, number 1. Number 2, when you play Monopoly, you go all the way around, and when you stop on Park Place, you have done 40. The next time you walk on to go, that'll be 42 properties you have stood on. 41, go. The next property is going to be what I believe is Baltic. That property can only attain as the 42nd property to be passed or stood on. Number 42, the Baltic is the way to the dividing gates, according to these numbers. And it shows you, okay, that each and every one of these equations is going to be 1 times 4, 1 plus 4, and each one of them. Now, if we brought them together, we can now create what is 2 times 4, 8. 2 plus 4, 6. 8 and 6, 14, and 14. So now we can create what is 28, the cycle in the moon. 1 and 8, 1 times 8, 1 plus 8, equals 9 and 8, 17. And the original creation of this, what was it? Because 1 and 4 is 5, 1 and 7 equals to 8. In the son of the gateway, this will end up returning to what is number 71, and this will be 29, 17 and 29, the gateway and birth. I don't want to get into that if I can't design it or write it out. So we understand all the minutes. I can go over this again and again. It's a little bit all over the place. I do things by 3, and then I add them always on after as 1, because that is the cycle before they become fully enveloped in lines. I had an equation that brought in 3, 6, and 9. I wanted to see where that equation was. Oh, yes, in the word conscious. In the word conscious, you have to know there's an IOU, right, which is also connected to the moon, 210. the A, B, U, O, E. Abu. Hey, Abu. Where does this come from? 1 and 2, 2 and 1 in one letter. Sorry, I should have put with an L. The 12th, the 21st. 1 and 2. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 will create E. How many times can I do it? I'll do it twice. Once for the L, once for the U, and once for A and B that comes together. But since this is on level 2 and level 3, this is on level 2 and this is on level 3. This is number 23, 5. This is number 14, 5. And they are what brings in the cube. This is what brings in the cube into the center of that roulette. They bring in the cube. Number 23 is over here. Number 14 is over here. The alphabet shift changed the number 14 to the letter I. All of a sudden it says win. The alphabet also switched what is number 23 to the letter R. So we now have IR as 9 is 18, okay, as 9 and 18, instead of what is 1 and 4 and 23. They are their own polarity in the alphabet. Their polarity to N is M13 to what is 04D, DM, 13 and 04. Evolution, spirit in the sky, what's keeping us moving? Is it all about if I don't get something done, I'm not happy with myself? Stop. Start by loving yourself. Love yourself. If you're doing right and consciously love yourself, know yourself, believe in yourself. Now, sometimes I feel like I'm wasting time sitting home. I can go out and get things that I absolutely need, but I'm a little lazy. And it'll take 5 minutes, and I absolutely need it. Otherwise than that, I'd rather be home doing this. But it would be nice to spend some time out. But right now, I'm not. This is where I am. I'd rather be out. When I get done and I exhaust from this, I like to get out. There's only so much you can do. You can't do it all in one day. Just let it go. Zen out. There's a countdown here, what I was talking about earlier, in which is when you're counting, this is the first thing I marked down. This was the first thing I marked down right at the beginning, right back to the beginning. If you go back, when you add up the roulette wheel of 666, you count from 1 to 629. You don't want to count right to the end. You want to count to the 25th. And the total is 629. And then number 36, you will add on 36, and that third count will be 666. Now, when you're counting backwards, okay, you're going to count backwards. You're going to go, wow, how come it's all the same way? When you're counting backwards, you're going to be counting 36 to 629. Let's do it another way. You're going to count 36 all the way to 665. And then you're going to add on the 1, and that's going to be 666. You go this way, you get to 629. You go this way, you get to 665. When you add them together, you get 385 is what fits in. When you add these together, you get 9 and 1. When you add this together, 9, 10, 11, and 6, 17 is 8. 17, they both become 17. That's ironic. The birth, the gateway, the child. I'm just trying to understand this. So anyways, a full house. When I was talking in the baseball before, a full house, a full count. In a full house, full equals to 51 Mars, house equals to 68, the house planet. Full, okay, house equals to a set, which means 3, or a pair, which means 2. So we have the spirit of E.T. in time heaven as resident angels of Venus in the E world. 1221 55. We're not going to use E, nor will we use AB, because AB has been replaced. AB has been replaced by S and T. That's why they become first. First is number 72, Venus forever. Alpha and Venus creating, and now we have 1221, the sky pass. 22 is busting out, because when you play blackjack, B and J, 0, 2, and 10, which is 62 and 16 equals 78, equals to that gateway. I'm just trying to see what next level it is. The next level, we would be playing from K onto S. That would be one level. K onto S. Or we can also play from K. There is no other one. Only K to S. That's it. There is no other one. It's K to S. Oh my God, how many of these can I go through? Oh no, it's just stuck. Okay, we need another one. Somebody send me one. Oh my God. Oh, I keep running out of stuff. Okay, we're going to take a 2-minute break. I have to go get an eraser thing. Maybe you want to take a look at something. Take 2-3 minutes. What are we going to put up here? The fleur-de-lis. Fleur-de-lis, what's going on? Maybe we check out the fleur-de-lis. Is there anything else going on here? Here, we'll leave that. Just give me a minute. Taking a 2-minute break here. I'll be with you in 1 minute. It's a little break, more than well deserved. More than well deserved. I will be there in 3 minutes or less. Three minutes or less. Okay, what I want to tell you is on the left design, I use 9 numbers. I should have used 12. I was trying to create what is the smallest box and the largest box in order to fit in the Star of David. At the same time, there are mathematical equations, as you can see on the side. So what is 7 times 7, 7 plus 7 equals to 3 and 6, place a dot, or 6 and 3, place a dot. And now what is 7 and 7 is 14, place a dot in the 4 and 1 area, which is the center area. I didn't use 0. Maybe I should have. Maybe I could have. Everything starts on 2. 1 is understood for me as a divider. 1 divides everything. In my second design, I put 0 at the beginning, where 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 will equal to 1 and 2 will equal to 1 and 2. So I put a dot there, and it will equal to 1 and 2 equals to 3. So we go 3 position in between 1, 2, 3. And if you look at the second position also, it creates those cube likes because of their numbers. That is a multiplication and addition. I call it the star system math because of how they crisscross over each other. And when you get the addition sign crossing over the multiplication sign, okay, depending on whether you use, oh no, you're obligated, okay, in your primary design to use the minimum of 4 squares, but not 9 squares. You hold on a second. The minimum of 4 squares, okay, or what is the minimum of 9 squares? You can do it with 4, and you can do it. No, you can't. You can only do it with 4 squares. You cannot do the star system math with 9. You cannot do it. It does not work. I'm going to show you after why. So 4 and 9, in which 9 is the extension of 3 to the 3 times 3, or 3 to the power of 2. And what is 4? How does 4 come to be? How does 9 come to be? Give me 2 more minutes. My tea is hot now. I'll be back in a minute. Oh, give me a call. Give me a call. It'd be nice. It'd be nice. Whoa. I'm moving back my furniture. So I hope it slides properly. Slide. Slide, 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 slide. Okay, perfect. I'm just recovering my floor that I took apart before, and I'm going to have my tea. So if you're taking a 2-minute break, JA 1 and 10. It's the countdown. The name in the countdown. JA 55 Freedom. I am going to be pouring the coffee in a second. Just give me a minute. I know. Hold on. Let's. Very soon. I'm coming, just grabbing my coffee. And I'm coming back. Just give me a second. Okay, that wasn't too smart. That wasn't too smart. If you knew what I just did, not too smart. Okay, I'm coming back. I'm going to tell you what I did. Take this off. Put this up over here. Oh, Jiminy Crickets, I forgot to do one thing. Oh, God. Just give me one second. Okay. You can come back in. Come. Okay. Look at this crazy thing I just did. I have a fork. I have a magnet. I wanted to see if there was any metal inside my coffee. So I lifted a little coffee up and I put my magnet close to it. And it went doing into the air. I got a magnet. What else can I pick up? Pick up my other magnet. Pick up the, okay. Okay, so now where were we? We were talking on the word evolution. I was talking about ABUOELE and what is this? This is what is created through what is A and B. As well, A and B is, A is the beginning and B is the end. A is the beginning and B is the end. You begin at the center. So let me show you why I say this. What makes me say these words is A, B is A is what begins everything. First there was the void. And then A and A came together. So A and A creates B. What is in between? What is in between? Or should I actually be putting it this way? And I think this is also a Hebrew letter. And we also have to understand, and I don't want to get into this part right now, but we do know that within A is this. We do know that when designing a minimum size of what is B, we know there is this. I mean, we always see it as bigger, so I'm going to create this, and there is other artwork. So inside the letters are other designs. So what this is what is within A and B. It is between A and A, it is B, but it is B over here on this level, how it comes together. It comes together over here. It comes together in the E world. So how does it come together? How did we create what is this B? So I don't know the answer to that. I'm just thinking, I'm going off the limb and thinking, I'm just taking a sip of my coffee. And where I get the understanding for this is because of the basic of this over here. This is the one dimension. Okay, this is just the one of 3 or 4 ways I will do the gematria design. Another way I can do it is, this is basic. Okay, usually I like to encompass now. You see, I'm going to do this one design while you're looking at this. So this is what was on the screen. This is what was on the screen. You know, I start unraveling something, and I start to have more visions, and I go off on a tantrum or whatever, an explanation, and I'm just trying to follow the obligation. I should have did this properly. The obligation of this design. Okay, hold on a second. The minimum obligation of this design is, let me see. You see, I can't do it in a singular area space. This is the only way it can be done over here. When the two meet, when M and N meet over here, I have a cube. They are somehow spliced together because there is no meeting point. They meet where the point down below the surface. So when I design the same design, the minimum I'm now going to need is, 1, 2. Did I do 1, 2? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want to do all of them. It's too much. I'm just going to cross over right over here. So once you come over here, it's this area square, this area square, this area square, this area square. This line is the skeleton for this. So inside of this, and this is a skeleton all the way by itself because it's singular form. In order to do this, I would need a minimum of this size, which is 4 to 1, knowing that what is inside is 1/4. Because this does not fit into this. The only time this can fit into anything is when it becomes 1/3. That way, when it becomes 1/3, I will have to make a minimum design and say 1. My second part of design will be 2. The third part of my design, which extends, okay, will be over here, 1, 2, 3, which is, whoop, did I do that too much? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. That's how that design will come into fruition. I could do it as 2s over here, or I can overlap these in order to reduce the extension of this, or leave it all the same and connect more alphabets to this to create full form. I'm not sure which way to go, but what happens is this will recreate my cube form. And then this one will recreate my cube form. And when this one recreates my cube form, okay, see where it's opening? It's recreating its cube form in the heart and on the right side. And on the inside of what is going to be noted next as the BMO pyramid. BMO pyramid, BMO pyramid, because that's their artwork. So when we recreate that, I am a little altered on this because I'm not going to come down the same way. This does not work its way down the same way. I'm asking myself, should I shift this down 1 notch? Something does not connect. This is too perfect. I think I'm going to have to redo this as to 1, 2, 3, and then start it out as so in that scenario, that 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that number 7 is over here, and it shows up over here. The next one will begin over here, and then the next one will begin over here, and the next one will begin over here. So I spoke earlier, okay, in a different design of we were going to work with blocks of 4. We were going to work with, well, isn't that the same one? We were going to work with blocks of 4, and then when I got to the top, I was going to put a 9 space for the 7th gate. I wasn't going to make number 7 the same size as all 4s. And then again, what I can do here, if I really want, is connect this here and connect this here. So we all know, see, this is 9. This is where the Venus world is. You see, it's on the outside of the numbers. Now I'm turning all of this into a block of 9. Do you remember what this was? This one is number 1. This one is number 3. This one is number 5. This one is number 7. The ones that you see in between, the ribs of Adam or Eve, the ribs that are in between that connect are 2, 4, and 6. 2, 4, and 6, they kiss over here. They create an area noted over here in between 7. That number is 1771. Is that number 15 and 15, 66? Why? Because when you're playing roulette, if you put a chip over here, that is 17 to 1. 17 to 1. It met on 1, 2, and 3. It met on 3 different numbers in between here, here, and here, and here and here. It ignited here 17. It ignites here 17. It ignites over here 17 and 17 equals to 34 equals to 68. And the line going down here, 68, 78, 85 is a silver spirit matrix. And at the same time, it connected over here. 8, 93, it becomes the angel. And then over here, it is connected to nothing. You see that is not connected to nothing. And so the next one goes. And this is because of 5775, that moon. 5625. I want to see that 5625, where we got that from before, because this is part of the Mayan count. I don't remember where it sets in. 5625. You know, I can't remember everything, right? 1125. The key to Earth. So this is what happens to it. Look at that. We got the red cross. And then we have the connectors, right? Once you bring the next islands like this over. Now, should I have created it a little bit different? You remember this is 9, right? But now, since you're in this house, now we're going to create all 9s around. And then we're going to have all 9s around. So we'll have 9 9s for 81. Plus we'll have 16. And 81 is 97. That'll be our total. Do I have to put any more of these in? Yes, there's going to be more of these and those, but that will be our basic value. Where do I get that? If I create 8 more of these. If I create 8 more of these, that means I'm going to have another one of these that'll fit here. And then the other one from here is going to fit, let me see. Forget about what that was over there. I'm going to remove that mole. And what we're going to do is we're going to finalize it with these corners over here. And so we have that. So now, see the way we just continued, the two corners here, the two corners here. What are all the lines? Well, I'm connecting here. I'm connecting the gematria scale. It's the same thing as what I was doing over here, but just using a different understanding. Here I'm using all the threes, 1, 3, 5, and 7. So where is 2, 4, and 6? Where is 2, 4, and 6? Where is 2, 4, and 6? How do I create this, that it creates 2, 4, and 6? What must I do to create this connected to this? So my only understanding would be to create that. And then for this to connect to this. So then my understanding would be, let me try and see. This one goes to from inside. Whoa, I'm getting lost here. I just added this one. So I moved all the way to the back. Then 1, 2, 3. So I would go all the way to here. 1, 2, 3. And then I would create it to here. And then the next one I would create as, here's the, hold on a second. Here's the first one. Here's the second one. Here's the third one. The next one would be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then that in between one, let me see what I got. 2, 4. Okay, I'm going to stop. I'm getting a headache too much. I've been on here too long. I'm getting tired. It's been a long enough video. Let me read what's been said. Okay. Let me see if there's been anything on Odyssey. I have not looked in a while. Oh, my God. Okay, nobody said anything over there. Let me see what's happening on YouTube. Okay, that's me over there. So we have the Red Cross Center. We have the Red Cross Center, and then we have all the games. We have the Red Cross 7th gate. That's the way I see it. I'm just trying to imagine exactly. If I did this in big squares, right? Let me do it like this. This is the 7th gate. So now what we're going to do next, I'm going to make this easy. Did I get that right? No. This, this, this. Did I get that right? This one here is the first one. This one here is the second one. This one here is the third one. So this is wrong. Now we plug into the seventh gate. This is just one side. Now I can look at letters coming on this way. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R. Letters between letters. 2, 4, 6, 8 are the ribs. And then we come together in this area over here. This is the closed area. Boy, did I get that right? This one in here, and then this one to here. Where does the next one go? Do I do another one? This one, oh no, I start here. That's right, I'm starting here. And then I'm connecting it to here. Then I'm starting here, I'm connecting it to here. Then I'm starting here, and I'm connecting it to here. And this one over, okay, these two overlap each other. Therefore, there's going to be an overlap over here. I'm not sure what that is in this position over here. Let me just outsource it. Whoop. In this position over here, that is my connect over here. Okay. Here's my T-junction. You see my T-junction? Sometimes we ask, what is the G? What is this? I don't know, but if it shows up, I'll show you. This is the T-junction. You need two of them to create the letter I. Anyways, in this junction over here, you have brought together the letter M and N, but you are connected together. The total of that is 54. That is the total alphabet. Although the M is the 14th letter and the N is the 13th letter, although the M is the 13th letter and the N is the 14th letter, they are their polarities. The passage in between these two is 1, 3, 5. It is the 13 stripe, rest in peace, from what is bust, ST, first, last, all the best. Don't do the rest for the test, TEST. Saints testing. This is the orange ball and pull for stripes and solids. It's also M and E, Mars and Earth. Into the heavens of the angels. Inside the E world, Hammy, Ham. So inside of here, what are the numbers that will come inside of here? The numbers, I'm not really sure. You see, this is This is 13 and 14. So what should I do? 13 and 14 is my alphabet. So if this is 13 and 14, what will the next level get me? My next level is over here. Level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. Now, did you notice there's a piece that's left over? Because I cannot count all the way to the top. I should stop one before. Just like when I come and count all the way to the bottom, I must stop and count one before. So when they're asking about what is 808, first of all, it creates the H both ways. This way it'll create the I. What is 808 is what is between the bookends. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 5 areas between. Did I get that right? Did I design the last one right? See, I started, where did I start my box? I started my box is here. But now I created in between the M and N. If I created in between the M and N, I should have started over here. In between is in between. Should I do it that way or not? Because then it's going to make it perfect. Okay, so first we're going to talk about then M and N. Since this is going to be the reflection, and so will this, what's going to happen? You notice we went, okay, what's going to happen? I'm going to try to explain this if you can follow me. I'm going to keep them as separate. I can keep it here, and I can keep one here, because it goes all the way up. It connects within this cube that goes over here. I don't know what number or what to call that cube yet that will connect these two in between. They will connect as a total of 27, that cube, but it'll be 27 and 27. I have to divide it. You see, here is half and here is quarters. What do I do? How do I get this? Can I get 18 and 36? This is whole, call it 36. This is half, call it 18 and 18, call it only 18. So if I call this 36, I would call this 9 and 9. So I'm going to call them all. Anyways, I don't know which way to go. It also looks like number 80 when this comes together. Notice we're going to have a red cross here, and we're going to have a red cross here through the 7th gate, because this is also going to go this way and this way and this way. We're not done. I mean, I'm going to be done because I won't have enough paper as usual. So, yes, so starting from the dividing road over here, I should, let me see, what should I do? What should I do? No, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. This area over here, because we never go right to the end. We never go to the end. A and I is the separation, but A will only go to H. Because A is the location in the E world. A moves its position. So A goes into the E world, and therefore you have E over to I, and H now replaces it. Like that. It becomes GH. I is inside the E world. So are we going to go IH equals to 17 as we did AB equals to equals to 03. 03 and 17. I'm just trying to see if I can do it that way, because the I, but the A is inside the E world. Just give me 1 second. I am thinking, because I haven't been saying that lately. What I have been saying lately is A all the way to H, in where A centers H. So 1 is inside of 8. So 1 is inside of 8. So is the connecting pass. See, this is smaller. I made it smaller. That means you can see it's a box on the inside, the passageway through. So I'm trying to think, can I start my creation from 9, because the alphabet actually ends with H. The I is on the inside. It starts with A, 1, but the I letter, okay, when the alphabet ends, it ends at Z, which is in the H family. So either we're starting here on 17, right? Or what we're going to do is it's going to be HG, which is 7 and 8 equaling to 15. That is the letter O. So it is HO. The reality is the first star of 17, okay, which is your smallest and largest understanding of this cube, where you have 1 and where you have 7, because it is the only one that when you light the light through the darkness, you'll see a total of 7. There's no reflection on this one. So that's 17. So 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 equals to G and H, which equals to 15. And that equals to O. So now we have how 17 will then come into 15, will then come into number 11. And after into number 11, it then comes into number 3. And we're going to stop because that's our standard. 8, 5, 2, 8, 6, 2, 3, 14, 15, 16, and then its polarity, bringing it into 19, which actually it becomes 7 and 3 if you want, and then adding the 3 to it. That's for that equation over here. What was it? Could I have created something greater than 1 to 9? Can I have done that? So this is your basic creation. Now, what is your primary creation through this? 0, 3. Just trying to think. So yeah, so let me finish off with this. So we're going to have to go like this is 1, and this is 2, and this, let me see, and this is 3, and this is 4, and yes. So now you have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So this is level number 3. So now we're going to come down, and we're going to go level 1. I'm going to do this, and then we're going to go level 2. Okay. So the primary level we were on. Okay. Then the secondary level is over here. Then the third level is over here. You see where it says 0880? Here it's 8888. How our blocks go over each other. This one shouldn't be like that, the center ones. Yes, when you're counting up, I can leave it that way. It leaves a halfway space in between. When you're starting from your area, it'll leave a halfway space in between. That's the passage. So you count up this way, and you count down that way, and you notice you're encompassing. This area will encompass the center, as well as this area will now encompass the center. But they do not meet over here. They meet at the center. Secondly, the reality is it should have been made, the first one should have been made halfway through the number, 1 area. Then it should have been made halfway through the number, 2 areas. Then it should be made halfway through the number, 3 areas, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to have to go over this and understand it a little bit deeper. So the reality is, let me set in what I believe we have to actually do. Let me mark it in black. We're going to go with the original. No, full extension from outside the world. 1, 2, 3. Did I get that right? No. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's 3. 1, 2. That's 4. 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. Well, the lines are all wrong. One, two, three. The fourth one is in the center. The fourth one is in the center. And let me see it again. So if we got the fourth one in the center, I need a little bit of light. Maybe that'll help. The fourth one is in the center. And it only goes over one part of the center. It stays back here and one part over the center. Now the next one goes, here is number 5. Here is number 6. Well, no, there's something wrong. This has got to go all the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, it goes to 15. It doesn't go all the way. So then this will go all the way to here. And then when you come backwards, you overlap. You remember I said you can't go to the end? And it doesn't go to the end. It can't go there. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5. And then you go 7.5 that way. So when you come back the other way, it becomes 1, 2, 3, 4. So they both meet 4 at the center. So again, an explanation that the fourth meets at the center. Now what about from here to there? Well, we have the center. Remember, the center is not everything and everything. You see the way the bricks, I should be counting from here and counting from here and not really the center in each and every different design. So we're going to count, and I should have taken a picture and redid this. So if we're going to count from the center, we're going to count as, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, and this is 5. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the fifth one. And then let's see if we got this right. And should I have started here? That's my other question. If I started here, it would be center to here is 1, 2, 3, 4. It would be 4 again. So let me see from the center here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do I have that right? Yes. Yes. 1, 2. Here it's 3 and 3. Here it's 4 and 4. Here it's 3 and 3. Not the same. How come? I didn't go outside. Should I have not created the outside? Let me see this again. 1, 2, 3. 3 meets over here. It's 3, 3, and then the 1 covers. The fourth one covers. So here it's 3 to this way and 3 to that way. Now we need to encompass them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4, 3, 4. Do you follow what I'm saying? Wow, it's so complicated. First I have to know how many to get there, and now I overlap them to connect them together. Wow, too much for my head. And it's 3 hours. I want to thank you for being here. Much appreciated. If anybody doesn't understand something, just ask me. There's a bunch of things I still didn't do. Yeah. The docking station in Gematria. 4, 4, and 4, 16. 4, 4, and 4, 16. Connected to what is 4 and 1, 5, or 3 and 2. Full house. Thank you for watching this video. Let us stay connected. Let us have love. Let us understand everything. When you have to slow down and just slow down and throw certain things, just throw out and don't do it. Put it to the back burner for whenever. And don't take so much on your hand, but yet we want to get everything done because the ego and the spirit and what we can do, and am I worthless? No, you're not worthless. You're not worthless. Look in the mirror, say you love you, and mean it. Mean it and understand why, because you know the difference. You do the best you can do together, and that is where some of our strength is, because we will not be wasting our time putting ourselves down, but giving ourselves the energy by boasting ourselves up. And when that happens, the mind starts to open up. Love yourself and love yourself and love yourself as much as you can, and understand what is the difference between loving yourself and being only for yourself, that you can't be appreciated by others. Thank you for watching this video.